Assalamualaikum. So,
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
my camera's all messed up now. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Masya Allah ya Syekh. Nah, I think it's okay ya.
That actually works better, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think just want to ask you again, okay? We can short our time, okay? Just want to ask you again about the Idul Fitri
Yeah.
especially in the food traditional. Yeah, traditional food of special for Idul Fitri in Birmingham maybe or in UK generally. As we are as Indonesian people, we have a traditional food of Indonesia.
In the UK, we don't have like a specific food that I can think of that's only served for Eid al-Fitr. Um, there are some foods that would normally be served on special occasions, but then there tend to be like any special occasions. And due to the way we become quite a foodie culture in the UK, a lot of these foods tend to be served all the time. So I can't think of anything specifically, but there will be some nice foods that would be served during the Eid al-Fitr. Oh dear, I think we've lost Ustadh Ihya again. Um, oh, mashallah, assalamu alaikum. I think I've known you many years from Facebook. It's possible, yeah. I've been on Facebook for a long time. See if we can get Pakihia back from West Java again.
Masya Allah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah. The other tradition maybe as in Indonesia we have a tradition every after Salat Eid, every after Idul Fitri prayer we visit our neighbor to shaking hand or musafaha. So we apologize to them. Maybe it's there in Birmingham
Yeah, we
or
do the
in
same
UK.
thing. But at the
Oh,
moment, no shaking hands. At the
oh no
moment, there's no
shaking hand.
shaking hands.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
sometimes elbow. People do elbow now.
Elbow.
But you're supposed to stay 2 meters apart, really.
In Indonesia, we do only like this. Only like this. We just put.
It's very good. Yeah, in Indonesia, you have this system. It's already prepared for hundreds of years for COVID-19.
Yeah, that's one. About the food. About the food. Just want to share just a little bit of traditional food for Idul Fitri in Indonesia. What I said just now, ketupat. I think
Oh, please,
the
you're going
next.
to send me some. You're going to
Pardon?
post me some. Are you going to post me some? He says you want to
Yeah,
share some.
later. Yeah, later.
I got an orange. I can't. I don't know how to give it to you.
I only have yeah the stick. But later I send the picture. Later I send the picture the
Awesome.
ketupat or kupat. Yeah, kupat. Actually, it is a very unique I think because this ketupat is rice but solid rice that we can put it. It's made by coconut leaf. So it's something like yeah coconut leaf. So we can put the rice there. We can boil it so become yeah solid rice. So the shape of it is like rectangle, yeah, rectangle. And actually, it is rice. It is rice. But sometimes it's so delicious if we eat kupat by opor ayam. You know that chicken.
I think we need to sponsor a faster internet connection for Pakikia's village. It's a shame. We keep losing him. Yeah, sure. While we're waiting for Ihya to come back, if anybody else has any questions, I don't mind. May as well make use of the time while we're live. Oh, is that Ihya? Here he is. Let's try and reconnect him.
Masya Allah. I'm sorry, you know that my village is very, very, yeah, suburb, very, very.
We need to get you connected to Elon Musk's new satellite system. He's launched these little satellites. Eventually, they're going to cover the whole world. So hopefully, one day you'll have perfect internet, inshallah.
Yeah, yeah. This is only for this time. Actually, before it's very, very flat and no problem. But for today, I don't know why. Because I miss you. So the internet also envy maybe. I don't know. Mashallah. I want to explain just a little bit about kupat. Why the name is kupat? Kupat, actually, this is the Jawa language or Javanese language, because the kupat or the traditional food for Idul Fitri, namely kupat, is from Raden Shahid, or we call or well known by Sunan Kalijaga. Yeah. Last month we visit one of Sunan Wali Songo, Syekh Syarif Hidayatullah in Cirebon, right? Alhamdulillah. Later, maybe for the next visit, we can visit or ziarah to.
Inshallah, I look forward to that. Wa alaikum assalam. I'm good, alhamdulillah. Yes, so there is Nahdlatul Ulama in the UK. I sort of came in contact with Nahdlatul Ulama through Indonesian ulama and discovered that what they follow and practice. So this is why I feel very comfortable being affiliated with Nahdlatul Ulama, because the approach to Islam is very much the same. But there is also a branch of Nahdlatul Ulama that's active in the UK and has been active in the UK for some time, and I'm in touch with them now as well. They currently go by the acronym PCI-NU UK, and there's actually branches of NU like this in many different countries around the world. Yeah, I like NU. Assalamualaikum. We're just answering questions on NU while you were gone. People asking me questions. This is got quite active.
Okay. I now your class is NU, yeah, or Nahdlatul Ulama. Can you tell us about? Yeah, last month we visit the grave of Sunan Gunung Jati or Syekh Syarif Hidayatullah. Inshallah, for the next visit, I will accompany you to visit the other Sunan of Wali Songo, or this Atil Aulia or Wali Songo, inshallah. So, how do you think? Inshallah, inshallah. May Allah allow us to visit. How do you think about Islam in Indonesia?
I like the traditional approach to Islam in Indonesia, such as the approach of NU, because it takes account of the local culture. It's very respectful, and it's not like driving in with a bulldozer and destroying all of the local culture and replacing it. Like some people's approach to Islam is like that, and this is not how Islam should be. Whereas NU has the approach that people have their local customs and culture, and this is good. It's not only is it okay, it's a good thing. It's a blessing from Allah. That Allah has given everybody their different cultures, their different food. And I mean, even it's common sense in some ways, because how people dress. I mean, so I'm dressed like this now. It's a nice, hot, sunny day. And I can even just walk around outside dressed like this. But if I do it in the middle of winter, I will freeze because it's a cold country. So I have to put some coats on and do some other things as well to stay warm and wear gloves. If I did that in Indonesia, I would cook. So it's like there's reasons for local customs as well. And this is as well with food, as well as with clothing, also the way we build our houses, so many different things. So it's logical that people are going to do things differently in one place to another place. And of course, this was always understood by traditional Ahlus-Sunnah wal Jamaat ulama, which of course Nahdlatul Ulama are the heirs of this in Indonesia. And now Nahdlatul Ulama is also spreading around the world as well, because sadly some people in other countries have forgotten this approach to Islam. And I think Nahdlatul Ulama can help remind people of this approach.
MashaAllah. Yeah. So when will you live in Indonesia? You move from UK to Indonesia, because I have heard you when we were talking a lot in front of the picture of Kiai Maimun Zubair in Garut last time ago, that when I asked you, I told you about that almarhum Kiai Maimun Zubair was buried in Ma'la in Makkah Al-Mukarramah, Saudi Arabia. So when I asked you how about you, you said to me, I still remember that you said to me, I hope that I can be buried, or I can pass away in Indonesia. Why? Can you tell us,
I love
please?
Indonesia. Indonesia is an amazing country. I don't know. I just feel so comfortable and at home in Indonesia. It's the approach to Islam, the adab of the people generally. People are very nice and friendly. This is very good. I also like the climate. I like the environment. It's beautiful. You are in such a blessed country. I mean, I think it's probably sometimes if we're surrounded by natural beauty and we're surrounded by blessings all the time, we sometimes forget how blessed we are. And Indonesia is such a blessed country. You live in an amazing country. I know it's there are issues in terms of some people don't have jobs. There's some poverty in certain areas, but these are things that can be resolved. The country itself has the resources. You have some amazing people in Indonesia that are very talented and have their mind and heart in the right places. That you will get out of this situation and you will become a prosperous country in the near future. So I think this is resolvable. But the underlying, the people themselves and the country is full of blessing. Indonesia is a very special place. I think we've lost Ustadh Ihya again, unfortunately. That's a shame. He's got a very poor internet connection in his village, unfortunately.
Mashallah.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Yeah, continue please. About why?
No, I was saying, I think sometimes if we're surrounded by blessings, then we might not always appreciate it. But I mean, Indonesia is full of wonderful people, talented people, your natural resources in Indonesia are rich, both in terms of what's buried in the ground and also the wildlife, the nature, the rich soils. You've got everything. It's just a case of utilizing that in the best way, developing it in the best way, so it's for the benefit of all the people. And I think, you know, you've got the opportunity, you've got the potential, and it's only a matter of time before Indonesia will be one of the greatest countries in the world in the economic sense as well, not just in the fact it's such a beautiful, wonderful place.
Who told you about Indonesia before you know Indonesia a lot?
Probably David Attenborough, actually. I think David Attenborough was my first exposure to Indonesia because, you know, he's one of a natural history program presenters in the United Kingdom. And I've been watching David Attenborough ever since I was a little boy. And he visits Indonesia many times to make a wildlife documentary. And I've always been interested in nature. So I think this is probably my first exposure to Indonesia many years ago, was watching a wildlife documentary. Indonesia is a famous country, you know.
Have you ever celebrate Ramadan or Fitri in Indonesia? Have you ever?
No, I haven't had the opportunity yet. That would be really a nice thing to do.
I think for next year, inshallah, maybe you can celebrate Idul Fitri here, maybe, so you can try this. Yeah, the condition of.
Then I can try all your delicious food, inshallah. At the moment, I'm feeling hungry now because I'm missing Indonesian food, you know.
What kind of food do you like of Indonesian food? The favorite food of Indonesian food?
It's hard to say. I don't remember the names, but I know I was given lots of different kinds of food that was very nice. I mean, even like in that village that we went to, there was these like big beans that tasted like almost like meat. So it's very unusual. I've not tasted this before. But there's so many different kinds of foods that you have in Indonesia. It's amazing. Fortunately, I don't know all the names because I've only tried a lot of these things once or twice, so it's hard to keep track. Oh dear. Yeah, I think one thing that is better in the UK, unfortunately, is the internet connection. Assalamu alaikum, Sadiq. How are you? Wa alaikum assalam. I think we've lost it here that time. Oh, assalamu alaikum. There you are. Let's try again.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Maybe this is the last question, okay, Shay? Maybe this is the last question because internet, as we know, for internet here. Just want to know, maybe this is because we are now in a pandemic situation. We work from home, we study from home, we ibadah or we worship to our God from home. Maybe is there any suggestion or any advice for our Muslim brothers who join this IG Live or who IGTV this, especially for new normal? Because so So new normal means that our our home it's Islam uh, the advice for our Muslim.
Any
What is
advice for gosh? I think one thing, I mean, I've benefited from this year actually because this happened during Ramadan, is that I could focus on my fasts and my prayers. And even before Ramadan, I could focus on my prayers and on a bit more time for reflection and reading, which might not necessarily always get. And, you know, try to make productive use of this time. You know, some people are naturally a bit quieter and they will like to sit down in a quiet time and spend time in the home. Other people are more naturally extroverts and they want to be outside all the time. It's more difficult for the latter. I mean, if you're used to sitting down and spending quiet time in a home or in a building, then it's easier. But for those who find it difficult, you know, try to look on the bright side and try to realize that this is an opportunity to do things which you don't always get a chance to do while you're busy doing other things. So if you have a hobby or you have something you enjoy doing, I mean, for some people they're going to be more religious, they might want to do something religious, but it doesn't necessarily need to be religious. I mean, if you're not a religious person, then at least try to do something constructive, make some arts and crafts, or you know, do something that you wouldn't normally want to do some painting or do some writing, and you know, express yourself in this way. Or like what we're doing now, we can use the internet when it works, and social media, and you know, do things in that way. So there's all sorts of things we can try to make more productive use of our time. Don't waste this time, you know, because it's a different kind of time, and we should use it in the best way that we can use it. Oh dear, the internet's going again. Um, okay. Salam alaikum. It's good to see you. And how the situation is there. Salam alaikum, Pak Diki. Fortunately, I think we've lost Pak Ihya again. The internet in his village is a bit sad, unfortunately. Mashallah. Well, let's keep connected, and I mean, maybe even we can do something. I mean, I don't know how strong your internet is in Kurdistan, but the internet is okay. You know, message me. You know, maybe we can have a chat sometime, and about what things are like in the UK and in Kurdistan. That'd be good to compare. Mashallah. I'm actually based in the UK though, so I don't dress like this, but. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam.
Precisely two, and I don't know who they are. It's like I see
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Insyaallah.
We need to
Yeah,
get village a better internet connection. This will not do.
yeah,
Ustad needs a good connection.
this I don't know. Only yesterday and before, it's okay. It's no problem. Only today, I don't know why, but it's okay. The last one about the advice, maybe as we know the meaning of Idul Fitri, we back to the fitrah, we back to the something like something very clean, no dirty and anything that we have to keep and keep clean our tongue, keep clean our heart, keep clean our
Ustad, you back?
yeah, mashallah. Yeah, give us the advice as the meaning of Idul Fitri back to the fitrah. Also for this pandemic situation, we will step to the new normal life. Yes. Yeah, so give us the advice. Maybe this is for the last because the poor connection internet, I think.
I think what I get from Eid al-Fitri is it's a reminder of all the blessings that we enjoy. So during Ramadan we fast, and it reminds us that we're fortunate because normally we have all this. Actually, we still have this food around us if we are in a fortunate position, but we're not eating it because it's Ramadan, and it's a reminder of all the. When we come to Eid and on Eid, then we eat more normally and we celebrate our family, we celebrate our blessings. Normally we go and meet friends and family, we eat together, we chill out together. And it's a time to remember all the blessings that we have in our day-to-day lives. But at the same time, one thing that some people do is if you can imagine an elastic band, during Ramadan we tighten it, and then during Eid we loosen it. Some people loosen it too much, and we just forget all the things that we learned and practiced during Ramadan, which really are not just for Ramadan. Ramadan is a time that it's a training time for a Muslim. So it's obviously we're not going to be fasting every day of the rest of the year because that's just crazy. But at the same time, the other aspects of Ramadan, watching what we say, watching what we do with our hands, watching our thoughts, watching our heart. This is part of everyday life for a Muslim, and it should be for every day of the year. And it's something to remember on Eid, that we don't just forget this and just chill out completely and make, like you said, elastic band, make it too loose. But it's we keep that kind of balance until the next Ramadan and next training time, and then also hopefully next Ramadan won't be so difficult either. And if we have any bad habits that we've given up during Ramadan, such as smoking, or anything else we might be doing that as Muslims we shouldn't be doing, then if we can give it up for Ramadan, then surely we can give it up for the rest of our lives. We don't need to go back to it if it's a bad habit and it's not really doing us any good and it's not beneficial in any way or form. And indeed, even if it is harming us, such as smoking has no real benefits, it just harms people. So if we've given anything up like that, then let's try and give it up permanently, because this is better. So this is my advice. This is my answer to Ustadh Ihya's last question. Before I go, if there is any questions, Flores Island. I don't know where that is. Okay. Greetings to you too.
inshallah. Thank you so much for the advice for our Muslim brothers who join us. Sheikh Paul, inshallah, because yeah, we will have the other opportunity to discuss, to talk a lot about Islam, about Idul Fitri, about Ramadan, and so on and so on. Yeah, the next opportunity, and I am
Inshallah.
yeah, and I thank you very much for the time and send my regards to your family, and hopefully that you can visit Indonesia again. So inshallah, I will accompany you to visit ziarah again to Tis'atul Awliya
I look
and
forward to it.
to
Inshallah.
of Sunan Kalijaga and the others, inshallah. Yeah, thank you so much, Sheikh Paul.
Thank you.
Taqabbalallahu minna wa minkum. Kullu amin wa antum bi khair. Happy Idul Fitri, selamat Idul Fitri. I hope to you to say bahasa, please. Selamat Idul Fitri or something, please. Say bahasa to us.
Selamat Hari Raya Idul Fitri. Is that okay?
Masya Allah. I think for the next talk, I think you should speak bahasa. Don't speak English, okay? Thank you so much. And send my regards to your family. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum assalam. Good to see you. Good to see you, Ustadh. See you soon, inshallah. Hi, San. How you doing? Just finished the broadcast. Yeah, if anyone has any other questions, then I'll answer them. If not, then I will sign off in a minute. I was just talking to my friend Ustadh Ihya Ulumudin in West Java. We got to know each other through the English for Ulama program. And firstly, when he visited the United Kingdom last year, and earlier in this year in March, just before the coronavirus situation got a bit out of control, I visited Indonesia and traveled around West Java with Pak Ihya, among other ulama and West Java officials, and a couple of other friends, Adnan Sahel and Mohammed Abbasi from the United Kingdom. Subhanallah, yeah. It was a very special experience visiting Sheikh Sharif Hidayatullah, or Sunan Gunanjati, as he's known in the local language. I hadn't seen the visit by Sheikh Hisham Kabani. I'm not surprised that Sheikh Hisham Kabani's made ziyarat to many different holy places, and I know he's visited Indonesia a few times. I love Sheikh Hisham Kabani. He's a lovely man, very blessed. He's one of my big inspirations. I'm a student of Maulana Sheikh Nazim myself, and Sheikh Hisham Kabani was one of his main deputies for many, many years. And now is leading the branch of the Tariqa within the United States. Wa alaikum assalam. How are you, Faisal? I think I'll sign off now. But I wish you all the best. May Allah bless you all. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to inbox me, drop me a message. I'm happy to answer questions. or anything like that. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.